Unfortunately, not all journals are real. Let's talk predatory journals, when peer review essentially does not mean anything. There's a growing number of predatory journals that claim to do peer review but really don't, and they charge researchers to publish papers an excessive amount of money. They often accept submissions without any real review, and they exist purely to make money. The thing about this is that anyone could start a journal, like literally anyone, and anyone could have a business that's running said journal. So it's not that there are academics or people in this field that are creating predatory journals to prey on people. That doesn't benefit academics at all. It's people outside of the system who see a business opportunity and an ability to prey on researchers who don't realize that this is a predatory journal, and the consumers of the research, especially people who are not scientists in public, to consume said research and think it's important and valid when it's not. So just to clarify, this is not being done by people in our field. It's done by people taking advantage of our field. There are several red flags to look for when trying to figure out if a journal is a predatory journal, such as they promise guaranteed publication. You just heard me talk all about how cutthroat it is to publish research. So someone guaranteeing publication makes absolutely no sense unless you're just charging out the ass to have people publish, and that's the incentive as opposed to good science and having a good reputation. Another red flag is accepting a paper within a week or turning things around in a week, because that's just not enough time for anybody who's an expert to do any of the work of reviewing a paper in any form, especially given how thorough the review is, like we talked about before. Editorial boards that are full of names you can't verify, or names of people you just don't know, because oftentimes editorial boards are people who are known in a field, and at the very least you can find them on the internet. Poor grammar on the website, surprisingly, given the fact that spell check exists, it is amazing how bad spelling and bad grammar can out that really quickly. Even the spam emails from these predatory journals that I've received, it's kind of wild. Also, fake or inflated impact factors, which you just Google the impact factor of a journal, and if it's not real or the numbers are wrong, that is a huge red flag. The scary part of this all is that they call themselves quote unquote peer reviewed, but the quality control of the peer review itself and who the reviewers are is absolutely non-existent. This is where I think people skeptical of this entire process can get confused, because occasionally they will see a bunk study in a bunk journal and they assume that all science is broken, and it's not. The legitimate journals, that are the vast majority of them, have extremely transparent and extremely thorough review processes. They have real editorial boards. They are indexed in databases like PubMed. People in the public don't know that these predatory journals exist. They hear the term peer reviewed. It's such a buzzword term to justify findings that people would like to fit within whatever narrative that makes sense for them. But peer reviewed literally doesn't mean shit unless it's peers of experts reviewing that at a paper with a reputation of being good science with experts. I could start a peer reviewed journal tomorrow, and my peers would be people who are at my career stage, which are PhD students, which there are far better people to be reviewing papers than PhD students. My dog could start a peer-reviewed journal tomorrow, and peers would be other dogs. Like, obviously not, but you get what I mean, right? Like, peer-reviewed means literally that, peer review. So those words can be used by literally anyone and mean absolutely nothing unless they account for everything I've mentioned up to this point in this episode.